short. The teams who are consistent in their winning ratio, they have ballers to pick up wickets. And you got batters who could actually bat sensibly, who actually manage the innings very well. In the middle overs, you don't have to go berserk as a batter. With the fielding restrictions, you can actually gain by batting intelligently. And remember that innings from Salman Ali Agha and Hussain Talat. At times, you thought the innings is going nowhere, but they were prepared to work hard. They remained alive at the crease, and in the end, were able to put match-winning total on the board. It's all about being intelligent.
And also pacing an innings. That's I think is the key, because you're talking about a very long phase, 30 overs.
Managing the innings. That is the key. Oh, that was a great delivery. Batsman had no clue. The angle was absolutely spot on. Forced the batter to hung his bat, and the objective achieved. An easy catch for the wicketkeeper.
See, this is what we were talking about. This phase, where you look for wickets as a bowling side, and that's what they get. Wicket number 2 into the 12th over, and another set batter in Kamil Mishara getting another start, but out for 29 of 30. Sri Lanka now 69 for 2. Sadhira Samaravikrama comes in, good strike rate, but in 55 matches he'll love to have that 50s and 100s. He'll love to have a little bit more against his name. Low 30s the average, but he's a much better batter than these numbers seem to suggest.
Yeah, he's been able to handle the pressure quite well, Sudhira, in this series, but he hasn't been able to capitalize on those starts like any other Sri Lankan batter. The situation is not harrowing, but still very vulnerable for Sri Lanka.
Must be a big concern. That has to be a concern. I'm sure as a batter, someone who's played at the highest level, you'll confirm to me that it's the first 20 or 30 runs that's tough. Take another look at this wicket.
Yeah, wasn't able to cover the angle on that occasion, left-hander. What a delivery, what a delivery. Left the left-hander off the surface. Since he wasn't aware where the off-stump was, he had to play at that one. Yeah, if you play the game Tambola, it's toss-turvy for Sri Lanka. 69 for 2 now, with these couple of runs. 71. Successful over for Wasim Jr. He's been impressive in this series. 71 for 2.
(71 for 2). Kusal Mendis and Samaravikrama together. Haris Rauf, he's been brilliant. He's been a bit expensive, but he's done his job. He's been very penetrative. Good running. But on the subject that we were trying to discuss about the importance of carrying on the challenges as a batter at the start, where you're tested a lot as you go in, feet not moving. Just if you expand a little bit about it.
You're talking about different phases of an innings for a batter. Well, if you have a free-flowing start, then the opposition is able to bog you down. That can be frustrating. And in the process, in order to try something different to up the ante, you lose your wicket. Or if you're bogged down and then you find a couple of boundaries and you start to feel that you can get more and you can lose your wicket. Yeah, Pakistan's smartest hatchback electronic vehicle. Inverex Geo. Can be a good family car.
It's an interesting point you make about different phases. One would think that the first 20 to 30 runs where you're really tested, you're challenged, and then you'll expect to try and build on it. But then you also talk about those phases where you just mentioned as to how batters would start and then the innings would kind of stutter a little bit and how you cope with it.
You know what? Good batters or great batters have done over the years to deal with it. That ability to maneuver the length, where you are able to pick up singles of good deliveries and boundaries of good deliveries. And if you have the basics right, then you have the clear mindset and you are able to deal with any kind of a situation. But if you don't have that aspect in your game where you could actually take the scoreboard by maneuvering the length, by scoring singles, then you get bogged down. And then you do something silly. One for the over. Yeah, he bowled those bounces with searing pace. And wasn't that short, that delivery?
Oh, bowled. Very well bowled. That's a good line to bowl. 72 for 2.
Yeah, looks an improved bowler, Haris Rauf. He started to take the ball away from the right-handers. And to develop that in your repertoire, then you become more challenging for the right-handers.
Right, now this is quite interesting. If you really look at this, what it's trying to say is you scored 55% of your runs with non-boundaries and you're still striking. Look at the strike rate, 92. So it talks about, we'll come to that. You talk about the rotation of strike, running those 2s and 3s. You speak about having a method to your batting. It's not about just hitting boundaries. So that, to a great extent, seemed to suggest that that's this man's game.
Yeah, these kind of players, they bring that reliability on the table for you. You know, one thing can be associated with aggressive players, lack of consistency. But these kind of players, As a captain or the coach, you are assured if they stay in, they're going to do the job.
What's the number? $74 for 2. Kusal Mendis and Samar Vikrama trying to put a partnership together. 5 of 10. Still quite early days.
Yeah, these two batters, they need to stay calm. And to gain calmness is the Tapal Tea Lounge.
Well, this is Wasim, Mohammad Wasim Jr. Just look at the way he's bowled that line. That delivery went across slightly fuller. And it's the angle to the left-hander.
Oh, what a delivery. Almost severed the batsman on that occasion. He's been getting the pitch to respond to his style. Not only he's been bowling with pace, but also deviation of the surface. I mean, bothersome for the batter.
Look at the movement back into the right-hander. Beat him for pace, beat him for movement. And the wicket keeper, I think he did well to get a glove to it because the deviation was so great. As you said, he is getting a response from the surface. He's working up a good head of steam as well. That's a wide. Right, so Sri Lanka 76 for 2, and I think it's time for some Tapal tea. Well, you can enjoy Pakistan's own brand, Tapal tea, at the Tea Lounge, the #1 tea brand of Pakistan.
What did you say? It's time for Tapal tea? Are you feeling sleepy?
No, I'm just enjoying it. Love it.
Okay.
I just love it. Actually, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, Wasim Jr. had to warm the bench for a long time. Ever since he's been given an opportunity to represent his country on his comeback, he has really looked decent and impressive. Has bowled with a lot of control.
With an offer, only a single. 14 done, 78 for 2.
Sri Lanka 78 for 2. A couple of wickets apiece to Haris Rauf and Mohammad Wasim Jr. 55 run, the opening stand from Sri Lanka.
Again an express start. For the third time in the series, the opening partnership going past the 50 mark and very quickly. And then Pakistan able to hold it back. I just feel the single options need to be worked on. 55 dots in the Sri Lankan innings as of now in 14 overs. That's just over 9 overs. So basically, Uruj, Sri Lanka scoring at 15 plus. Take out the dots, I would say. And why I bring up the single options is that's what keeps a batter rolling. That's what keeps The fielding captain having to always change his plans. Kamil Mishara off to a fly. His first 10 balls, he got to 20. All the boundaries there, he came hitting the gaps, only 2 fielders in the deep. Then Pakistan changed the length. The field just sat back and bowled a defensive line and length. And his strike rate dropped. And then looking to poke it here and there and got himself out. Quality player, has some wonderful shots, but the 20s and 30s are not going to cut it.
That's what Charita Sri Lanka also mentioned, that leading into this series, all the series that Sri Lanka have won, there have been big hundreds, there have been the conversions from Kushal Mendis, from Pathum Nissanka, from the captain himself. Obviously misses out today because he's under the weather, Charita Sri Lanka. And those conversions haven't come. Hence why on both occasions Sri Lanka just shorter runs. Salman Ali Agha, confusion in the middle, great piece of fielding. But the throw a bit wavered.
Yeah, that's hard. He's had to pick himself up and throw across his body. But this is tremendous from Salman Ali Agha. The pressure that's building, the dots are building, 4 dots in this over. And suddenly the batter will bring out that mistake, even in stroke play or running. And even here today, both openers getting starts, just as in the first and second. That's where the pressure is being invited. It's not all about the shots. You bowl a loose ball, they'll hit it. They'll hit it anyway. It's about managing an innings that these players, especially from Sri Lanka, my focus is on at the moment, needs to improve. That's where you make life easy for yourself and allow you to manage those innings.
Excellent over from the captain. Another maiden. 15 done, 78 for 2. We'll just take a small break for drinks. And welcome back to the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. The third ODI, final one of the series underway. Pakistan winning the toss and electing to bowl first, have Sri Lanka at 78 for 2. The first wicket chops it back onto his stumps. Pathum Nissanka off Haris Rauf. It's going really well. Another good partnership. 55 runs. Stan and lost his other partner as well. Excellent line and length bowling. Simple catch to Hasibullah behind the stumps. And Wasim Jr. also picks up one. The other opener also back in the dugout for Sri Lanka. So 55 run opening stand and then a couple of wickets to Pakistan. Pakistan just holding things together.
4 fast bowlers charging in. Not afraid to bowl those short balls. The umpire's disappeared. Wonder where he's gone. I see him make his way from the dressing room. Shaheen Shah Afridi back in the team today. No, yesterday. Camaraderie, friendship, a lot of love spread. Shaheen Shah Afridi hosting both teams for a dinner. That's been left there. No friendships today. Really nice gesture by Pakistan's captain. Going an extra yard.
Fantastic for Pakistan cricket. Fine young prospect in Faisal Akram. Gets a go in his 4th game in his ODI career. Will bowl some left arm wrist spin. Plenty been spoken about him. Earmarked quite a long while ago. Has made appearances in the PSL at the under 19 level. His first 3 ODI games all away from home in Zimbabwe. So his first game on home soil, and he really want to look to make an impact.
Great option to have in your team. A lot of batters struggle to judge what's coming out because left arm wrist spinners are not common. So hence to most, it's a challenge. The variations, the energy that you can impart makes such a bowler an X factor all the time.
Plenty of fielders moving around because of the left hand, right hand. Both righties, sorry about that, but just making sure Shaheen Shah Afridi gets his fielders in place. There was more of movement of personnel, so a ring of fielders on the offside. Sweeper on the cover boundary. So far, all 3 deliveries from middle stump, just turning into the right-hander.
And a dot ball because of the change of field. There was no one there earlier. And that's what Shaheen Shah Afridi did. Plug that hole. Just a hint of turn for Faisal. 4 changes for Sri Lanka today. Kusal Mendis, stand-in captain, his 16th ODI. Last time he captained Sri Lanka in an ODI was in March 2024 against Bangladesh. Charita Salanka down with the flu, came to the ground and was sent back. The other changes, of course, Ashita Fernando struggled in the previous game. Prior to the game, he was feeling the effects, but played the game. It was an awful one, but he's not really recovered. Hasaranga, tightness in his hamstring, better safeguard him, and the same with Dusmantha Chamira, who's going to be useful. So you got to manage his workload. 83 for 2.
A couple of wickets going to Haris Rauf and Mohammad Wasim Jr. Sri Lanka rebuilding. 14 of 27, the partnership between Mendis and Samara Vikrama. Russ, earlier on you were talking about the importance of rotation of strike. Now Sri Lanka have played 10.2 dot deliveries, at 62 dot deliveries so far. And we saw a chart earlier on, percentage of runs scored with ones, twos, threes. Man on screen, Samara Vikrama's name was there. But that was a feature of Babar Azam and Salman Ali Agha's hundreds. Both of them scoring hundreds. Salman Ali Agha 105 in 87 deliveries. Babar Azam 102 in 119 deliveries. The highlight of both innings, and Salman Ali Agha even said this at the post-match presentation, running between the wickets. Only 8 and 9 boundaries respectively for either of the two gentlemen.
We tend to not pay as much emphasis on that part of the game, but that's what actually makes you tick. We talk about rotating strike, you're not sitting at one end and the bowler lining you up. Training, you see a lot of young players play the shots, they practice shots, hitting the ball. Lovely. If it's there, you will play shots like that. That's instinctive for anyone. Pitched up, Kusal Mendis leans into it. First ball boundary in a while.
First boundary in 6 overs precisely. He's pitched up. He's leaned into it quite nicely, not trying to overhit it. Timing spot on from Mendis.
Short and wide, you will cut it. If it's on your pads, you work it around. Those are all natural instincts. But where the difference is made is your single options, your rotation of strike, how you milk the bowlers. And on your travels, you tend to struggle because the options you use, for example, in Sri Lanka, slow, low turning pitches, to a pitch where there's a bit more pace and bounce are different. The adjustment or the change in those single options are the difference. Even for a Sri Lankan player, you go to South Africa, half volley you'll drive, short and wide you'll cut. That's not where the difference is, but the emphasis is there. Playing shots of such deliveries.
Yeah, the value of running hard between the wickets, knowing how to maneuver the gaps, create your own gaps to try and get down the other end. You almost have to move laterally in your crease or come down to throw the bowler off his length. As a batter, you don't want to be tied down. A lot of the times in trying to overcome the dot deliveries, the batter is completely focused on getting the boundary. In there, a lot of dot deliveries get accumulated. Good run to end the over. 90 for 2. Is 17 overs in this first inning. Sri Lanka 90 for 2. They'll want to keep turning the ones and twos in more frequent fashion. At the moment, 21 of 33, and Faisal Akram will continue. It's time for Hello Hair. 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. Confusion in the middle. Haris Rauf takes his time, thinks about it, and that was the moment. Probably Samara Vikrama would have made it back also. Now, Russ, in the history of ODI cricket for Pakistan, there have been two left-arm wrist spinners. Both happen to be from the current era. Sufyan Mukim, who played in the Asia Cup. He goes around with the narrative that he's got a little bit more control. Faisal Akram, a little bit more turn. And we've seen a little bit more turn off the surface already from this left-arm wrist spinner. And he's got the other one also. He's got the wrong one. Bit of a wayward throw in the end. So you mentioned earlier, for a batter it's always troublesome because you don't get a lot of left arm wrist spinners, so they're always difficult. A lot of the times now teams ask for local clubs, if they've got left arm wrist spinners, to send them over from practice point of view. Pakistan in this current era have two.
Quietly finding his length. Moment he starts getting it where he landed the last one, he becomes dangerous. That's about confidence. There we go. He gets it to turn either way from there. It'll be trouble for the batters. 92 for 2. Can you stay for a while? A while ago I mentioned the 4 changes Sri Lanka have made. Next in is Pawan Ratnayaka. He's on debut, an exciting young batter, earning the right to play, scoring heaps of runs in first-class cricket, A-team cricket. Mahesh Theekshana is back. Ishan Malinga is a slingy quick bowler. He gets an opportunity. And Jeffrey Van der Sey, the leg spinner, who for a long period just filling in whenever Wanindu Hasaranga is not available. So it's a different looking team for the Sri Lankans. Fahim Ashraf's into the attack.
Russ, you just said slingy quick bowler, and with the surname Malinga. One of the greatest ever in Lasith Malinga from Sri Lanka. Any relation there?
No. When I say slingy action, it's not a low action. But slings it through somewhat. Lasith Malinga is actually his first and middle names, not his surname. And same with Ishan Malinga.
All right, then tell us full names of both.
Oh, I dug myself a hole, have I?
Come on then, Russ.
Lasith Malinga Sapramadu. Say it.
Lasith Malinga Sapramadu.
Now, Wanindu Hasaranga also goes by his first and middle names. His surname is De Silva. Wanindu Hasaranga De Silva. Now, Wanindu Hasaranga's brother also has played ODI cricket for Sri Lanka, but he goes as Chaturanga De Silva. So we are a little bit all over the place there.
Well, Russ, you still haven't told me what Malinga's full name is.
Yep. Well, I'll let you have first go. Go on.
He's got a laptop in the hand. He's just taken it from Azim. And he's struggling, so I'm not even going to attempt.
I need my glasses, Uruj.
Excuses. Come on, Russ.
Kiribat Gala, Kankamalage, Ishan Malinga Dharmasena. Over to you. Over to you. Stop laughing. Accept the challenge.
Like you said, you dug yourself a hole and you're struggling to get out of it now.
I said it. Oh, I read it.
Good job, Russell. I'll let the Sri Lankan fans give you numbers on that one. Short, pulls it away just in front. Just in front of Fakhar Zaman, stationed there at short mid-wicket. End of the over, 95 for 2. He's done well, the batter, to roll his wrists over to keep that down. Just short and slightly to the right of Fakhar Zaman, who's very close in. Lucky for Samara Vikrama that didn't go straight to hand.
Look, last 2-3 overs, Pakistan have been brilliant in the field. Not a lot happening with the ball. Shaheen Shah Afridi going through the process of changing the bowlers. Oh, he's lucky. He's lucky. But Pakistan, with their energy, helping the bowlers out with some outstanding efforts there. That's stopping Sri Lanka scoring. And they're drying them of runs.
Close, very close. Given. Faisal Akram picks up a wicket in Pakistan for the first one. But the batsman does not agree. We're going to have a look. Let's go upstairs.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is out. I've checked the fit placement and it's a fair delivery. Can I have a look at the front and first, please? Just roll it 1 second for me. Appears to be no bat involved. I need to check that with ultra edge, please. Yeah, keep rolling through to the pad. Clear gap as the ball passes the bat. Satisfied. No bat involved. Ball tracking now whenever it is ready. Original decision is out. Pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets missing. Alex, you need to change your decision. Stand by. You're on screen now.
Spinning a little too much. Kusal Mendis at the non-strikers and immediately told his partner that he's got to go upstairs for that one. But Uruj, it was just in the last over of Faisal that I did mention. The moment he finds that length, he gets this length, he's going to cause problems with his variations. In a battle out there, it's about the bowler and the batter trying to own that little area. The bowler wants to stay there. That's where he can cause these type of doubts. Oh, direct hit would have been close. Now there's a bit of urgency, bit of panic, you might say, in trying to relieve that pressure. Now, as a batter, you're trying to get the bowler off that length, because it's easier to manage. That's like a mile away. The stumps were in Lahore, the throw to Karachi somewhat. So the battle is actually about that good length area. Batter's trying to get the bowler off it, and the bowler staying there just like that.
Just making matters a little bit more difficult for Sri Lanka. The runs have dried up. The last 5 overs, 19 runs. And more importantly, almost feel like they're probably just struggling to pick it out of the hand also. He's getting a little bit of extravagant turn here, Faisal Akram. And in there on 2 occasions now he's bowled the other one. The one that just turns away from the right-hander, the googly that he has. So plenty of question marks.
Another fact I like with Faisal Akram is that he bowls it slower. He uses the air. With the first delivery, Kusal Mendis tried to sweep the short fine leg, but the ball never arrived. Beautifully bowled, beautifully bowled. 20 bowled, 99 for 2.
Beautiful Sunday evening as the sun sets in the background at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Fahim Ashraf into his 5th, Sri Lanka 99 for 2.
That's missed out. First ball last over. Watch where he's trying to hit it. He's using his wrist trying to get it to fine leg because the fielders are square. But he's through the shot early. Gets it off the bottom of the bat and goes to mid-wicket. And that's because of that brilliant pace that Faisal Akram is using, varying it ever so slightly, but drops it to even the 70s. It's a great variation, subtle variation, Zuruj.
Yeah, brilliant revs on the ball as well, and not afraid to toss it up. You find with the way the modern game has now evolved, most leg spinners just continue to fire it in quicker through the air, not allowing the ball a little bit of air, targeting the stumps.
Yeah, this is proper spin where you're trying to deceive the batter through the air as well.
You look at Adam Zampa, you look at Rashid Khan, relatively quicker through the air. A single will bring up Sri Lanka's 100 into the 21st over. The run rate just under 5 at the moment, 4.8. But it'll be an interesting challenge between bat and ball when Faisal Akram does come on. So far, he's shown some really good control. And more importantly, like we've been talking about, not afraid to give the ball a little bit of air, not afraid to use his wrong ones. Touch to full. But the width on offer, you just almost feel a second time. The first ball of the over, short and wide. Even this time, width on offer.
Well, there will be a commentary change at the end of this over. Our man will be in next. Our man in the commentary box, who usually goes looking for. Yep. Yeah, he was hanging around that, and he's just been told to come back into the commentary box.
Russ, you do know there will be 2 of them. Which one of these 2 gentlemen are you referring to?
Official food partner, KFC. 101 for 2. There he is. He likes playing flick the bucket. Oh yeah. That's our man.
101 for 2. And Faisal have been very impressive. They'll want 2 here. And, well, they'll have to hurry. They did. The throw was on the bounce. That was good thinking, but this was good running. Sri Lanka needs a little bit of urgency here.
Had to really rush. A little googly from Faisal Akram. Ball going away from him. I was very sure the better that he's good. They're going to run. Good wicket keeping from young Hasibullah. He just grabbed the ball because he knew that the ball wasn't going to arrive. It's going to come slowly off the turf and removing the stumps very quickly. He's a very promising young cricketer, but very quick. Mendis reaching to the crease. It's been real slow going for Sri Lanka.
Faisal has been very impressive. His first game in Pakistan, just 22 years, and has played 4 games. Has played 4 already, but first in Pakistan. But it's we spoke about how important wrist spin is in the white ball format, particularly T20. Lots of wrist spinners have done brilliantly, but even here you could see that this man is mixing the pace up quite nicely.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage having a wrist spinner who can bowl left arm, because that angle you don't see many bowlers around the world, so you haven't really faced many bowlers. So the reason why I feel Faisal Akram is so important moving forward is young and is growing in confidence and spins the ball both ways. And it is not that easy to pick him from that angle. There's always a kind of blind corner for you when the ball is arriving from around the wicket. Most of the left armers have done well. The wrist spinners straight to the fielder. That's where they need to be a little bit more proactive. Roshan, they've just been hitting the fielders. That last delivery wasn't the best of the delivery from Faisal Akram, and they just pushed it to the fielder. They should have been gone in the gap. This one might just go quickly to the fielder. Good job done by Saim Ayub. 105 for 2.
Pawan Ratnakar next, highly thought of player with immense potential, plays for the Colombo Cricket Club. Kamidu Mendis, Janit Lianage, the batters to follow. Short delivery, finds the fielder. No Wanidu Hasaranga in that batting lineup, so Sri Lanka will miss the all-rounder who came in at number 8, got a half century, but he's got a slight hamstring niggle, so he's been rested. You made an interesting point about the run rate. Now, Sri Lanka got off to a fairly decent start. They had a good power play, closing in on almost 6 runs and over. In fact, 57 for 1. But the last 11 overs, we've just seen 1 boundary. So that's, I think, confirms what you say. Last 30 balls, just 15 runs. And we haven't had a boundary for 35 deliveries.
Rochelle Mendes, skipper of the game today. He also mentioned at the toss that they're looking for 320. At this pace, they'll be struggling to get anywhere closer. This one kept really low and also bowled a little slowly. There's no real pace on that, but the length was just perfect. To get to 320, you need to push on. You need to hit few boundaries. You need to take a bit of risk.
Well, Sri Lankan batters, just to on that point, Sri Lankan batters have had starts, but what we haven't seen is that big innings. So, and also Sri Lanka have lost wickets close to each other. Now this is in there on the bounce. That was going down the leg side. They're still searching for that boundary. Ashraf just fine, but just going down the leg side that time.
They lost their second wicket in the 12th over, so it's been 10 overs these two have batted together, and they have just been extra careful, extra cautious. I know it's important to build a partnership, but in ODI cricket you have to take a bit of risk also. Not taking anything away from the Pakistani bowlers. I thought they came back really well. They were a little wavered to begin with. New ball score came quickly, but once the ball got a little softer, I thought Wasim Jr., Fahim Ashraf, they both really bowled beautifully.
Three runs off that over, 23 done, 108 for 2. Let's look at the bowling. 5 bowlers used, all been very impressive. Rauf's got a wicket, bowling in the middle. Faisal has been difficult to pick, 15 runs of 4 overs. Such an asset, isn't it, to have a wrist spinner in your side as a left-arm spinner. You talk, oh, what about that? The turn and bounce. You talk about the conventional left-arm leg break. You talk about the wrong one. So I always believe that the pace these type of bowlers bowl are critical. The energy that they throw into the delivery, where there is so much of revs on the ball, so you'll expect the ball to dip. Don't think batters are looking to play bowlers like this off the pitch.
Faisal Akram has come through the ranks. He's played under 19 also. Bit of Shaheen cricket and then into Pakistan team. Toured with the team also. The Pakistan Cricket Board has really invested in him. The selectors have faith and he's showing promise. 11 first-class games he has played. Picked up 52 wickets, so he's a genuine wicket taker. I remember when he first came from under 16, under 19, when he was young, he used to bowl really slowly, no real pace on him. He's bulked up a little bit and he's done a bit of strength work, and now, yes, he still varies his pace from 78 to sort of 90 now, so that means his confidence is up there. He's landing the ball in the right area most of the time. I still feel that the more cricket he will play, the better he will become. Can be really handful, especially when you're playing in subcontinent and the World Cup coming around the corner. You know, the World Cup left, right, center nowadays, 50 over, 20 over. So there's so much, ICC cricket. So I think he'd be very useful moving forward.
Yeah, you're right. There's so many World Cups. The one that's round the corner is the T20. And he'll be handy. He'll be really handy, this type of bowlers, in the shortest format. Pakistan scheduled to play their games in Sri Lanka. On the full, oh, he'll be disappointed. He'll really be disappointed. Didn't put that full toss away. 112 for 2.
Still being very watchful, isn't it? He tried to hit it down. It was a full toss. He could have hit it anywhere, but because of the state of mind at this stage, Kushal Mendis and Samra Vikrame are they're hitting the fielders because you don't want to lose wicket. You are extra careful, and the problem being over cautious is that you're going to be well behind the game. Look at these last sort of 7-8 overs. The graph is going downward.
Kushal Mendis on strike. He's made 34 53. Oh, well done. Well done, Wasim Jr. Kushal Mendis is completely beaten. And that came back as well. They've used up 76 deliveries for a partnership of 43. And then you lose the captain. That is high value.
That was very much on the card. Excellent delivery. The length was spot on, a perfect length. Ball coming in. Kushal Mendis once again playing from the crease. What are the chances? Not much. Lovely bowling by Wasim Jr. picking up his second wicket. Kushal Mendis gone for 34. It's 1-2 for 3.
Kamidu Mendis is the new batter. 27th game, averaging under 30, just 3 half centuries. I think the problem there was, Waka, the time the partnership took in terms of balls. 43 runs, 76 balls. They took their time. And they just couldn't have afforded to lose a wicket at that stage. What they wanted is to change a gear from that point. But with this wicket here, Pakistan are right back to try and bring in more pressure on the Sri Lankan batting.
Roshan, I always say that the damage you've done by playing dot deliveries, that's not going to come back. And if you lose wicket, even if you play well after that, that damage will never be repaired. And I think Sri Lanka didn't do justice, and the skipper himself didn't do justice to the way he played. And Wasim Jr. was spot on. The length was perfect. See, those feet were stuck in the crease. Yes, it was a good delivery, but it was poor feet movement. Hardly moved his feet, and then he saw the length where he couldn't go back or go on the front foot. It was too late. Ball just did a little bit, and that's all you need when the batter's feet are not moving.
Yeah, you're right. And that is beautifully played this time. In fact, this is the first boundary in 8 overs. Kamidu Mendis waiting for that delivery and going through mid-off. Didn't really hit it too hard, but it's all timing.
I think Kamidu was very frustrated watching from the dugout that things are not moving. And a good feet movement from him first up. And this shot will give him plenty of confidence. 13 boundaries, and many of them came in the first 5-6 overs. I thought they were hitting it at will, but then they put the shutters down.
A bit more pace, a bit more carry through to the keeper, slightly wide of the off stump. He's been impressive, hasn't he? Wasim Jr., he's been good with his mix in pace. He's touched the 140. But what is very impressive is the accuracy he's shown.
He always had the pace. Unfortunately, been through the injuries a lot. Done work on his action also a little bit. And now he's looking really fit. And also looking to swing the ball. He's a wicket taker in the middle part of the game. It's purely because he bowl conservatively, don't give many loose deliveries, keep it wicket to wicket. 2 wickets for him in this game. A wicket in the previous game. Bowled his quota of 50 in the previous match. Picked up 1 for 50. So that's useful bowler right in the middle part of the game.
5 runs and a wicket at the halfway stage. It's 117 for 3. Well, they got Pawan Ratnayakar, the debutant, in next, then Janit Lianage, and then after that, well, there is not much batting left.
This is going to be a good matchup. Faisal Akram to Kamindu. So far he's bowled to the right-handers. First time he'll be just rolling his arm. Nice and straight once again. He's brought the slip in, so the confidence is up.
Right, it's fans enjoying the match with Pakistan's own tea brand, Tapal Tea. Some garam chai.
You're learning, Rashan. I'm glad.
We learn every day, Waka. We learn till we die. Finds the fielder at short third, but that's not good fielding. But if you look at the Pakistan bowling combination, we talk about partnership. This is a very good combination with Faisal not being scored off, and just look at what Faisal has done today in terms of turn, the degrees, and while the rest of the series spinners have found nothing, or very little in fact. Faisal today has found 3.8. That has a lot to do with being a wrist spinner. The reverse and useful. Well, Kamindu Mendis is looking to take him on. You spoke about the intent that's needed, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, he's looking to put a youngster under pressure. See that there's a little bit of risk involved in that shot, because that could have gone easily to a slip cordon or maybe to a short third man. But yeah, risk got to be taken. And since he has arrived 2 boundaries, both from his bat, so he's looking to take the bowlers on.
Nice use of the feet, but just cannot get through. But you talk about the revs on the ball, and then you talk about that dip. It's not easy to get to this type of bowler, because he is very, very clever with his change of pace. Oh, bowled. Didn't read him. Did not read him.
Well, I don't want to be unfair to the other bowlers, the other spinners in the series who played, definitely giving more revs on the ball. But this is a used pitch. and that is why Shine and company brought him in the side. Could be out. Easy peasy. First wicket in Pakistan for Faisal Akram. A soft dismissal.
Well, Sri Lanka seem to continue a mistake that they need to avoid, and that is wickets close to each other. Hamidu Mendis, a soft dismissal, got a boundary of that reverse, and then just tamely taps it back. Faisal gets his man, so he goes for 10 of 9, and Sri Lanka 123 for 4. .123 for 4, Janit Lianage closing in on 1,000 runs in his one-day international career. Already got 100 and 750s. His 31st match. He comes in at a really critical stage. Sri Lanka needs a big partnership, and a partnership that will last for a while. Nice stride from Samar Vikrama. They'll look for 2 and they'll come back for 2. Yeah, Samar Vikrama is going to be the key. He's faced 38 deliveries of and made 21. This is that last wicket.
Yeah, a little push. That dip, that drift from Faisal Akram did the job for him. And he was very, very alert. The ball's going to come at him. He's a good fielder. That's a good catch taken.
Doesn't time it, but he gets it fine. He'll get a couple. Yeah, you talk about the wrist rotation, you talk about the revs on the ball, and then the word you use, the dip, the drop happens. And that's exactly what deceived the left-hander.
Well, that's the reason why the wrist spinners take longer time to mature, because first of all you have to really get used to of bowling with the wrist, not with your fingers only. And then of course it happens when you bowl more overs, play more cricket, play more 4-day cricket. And I think those 11 games Faisal Akram played at the domestic level has really helped him getting stronger. Pakistan have got young players coming through, a very talented young players coming through. Sibullah is the other one, the wicketkeeper batter.
Inside edge, they'll want 2 here. They'll come back for 2. Well, speaking about wrist spin, that vital difference of bowling quickly and bowling with energy. It's not about firing the ball in, but bowling with a lot of energy. And that's what we're seeing with this left-arm spinner Faisal. He may not be looking to bowl at 85 and 90, but he's bowling with a lot of energy. Right, Pakistan's leading home appliances brand, automatic washing machine, magic one touch, and we're talking about Super Asia.
To get to 300, which is long way away, they need to play a little bit more positive. Again, ball nipping back. End of the 27th, 129 for 4.
Sri Lanka batting in familiar territory here, Baka, in this series. Everyone's getting starts. 24, 29, 34. Kamindu Mendis missing out, but not the conversion. That's what they've been yearning for. And if you look at this batting lineup, Pavan Ratnayake in next. He's on his debut. Leg slip in. Short and wide. Lianage is off the mark. Gets the width he was looking for. And then after Pavan Ratnayake, Sri Lanka's down to the tail. They really don't boast of too much of batting. Yes, Pramod Madhushan can support. Mahesh Theekshana can support, but they don't fall into the all-rounders category. So this partnership and Pavan Ratnayake next, critical.
Yeah, absence of Hasaranga is going to hurt Sri Lanka. Not only there's a great bowler, they'll miss him with the ball in hand, but also he was the only one who was in better form. So I feel Hasaranga not playing today will hurt Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, you're talking about 300. I don't think they're even looking at that. At a current rate, 238. Not sure whether they got any targets at the moment. It's about batting as deep as possible and then assess. So how deep are they planning to bat here? Maybe 40th over? Too close to play that shot, and that ball spun back also.
Yeah, one thing with Lianage is that he's a busy player. He will look to score runs. He will not get bogged down just for no reason. He will be searching for boundary, or he'll be looking to play in the gap. Even in the previous games when he batted, he looked really busy. And I think you do need someone like him in the middle order. Well, let alone the batter, even the wicketkeeper didn't get that. Lovely delivery. 28 gone, 131 for 4. Have a look at that delivery. Spun, bounced, and Sibula didn't see that coming. Hit him straight in the grill.
Starts again. Partnerships have got a start, but as we've seen right throughout the series, just not being able to go on. The choke is on. Pakistan bowling brilliantly at this stage. As I say that, flicks it in the air towards mid-wicket. Couple of bounces and a boundary. Sadira Samaravikrama. He's the key. Sri Lanka said at the toss they would like something in the region of 320 to go out and defend in these conditions. They're a long way back, Amir.
Yeah, he's a well-set batsman now, Samaravikrama. He has to take the responsibility to get Sri Lanka to a decent total.
Bit of hesitation. Lianage was late to take off. Yeah, they're going to have to keep moving. Sri Lanka, that run rate has dropped. The opening partnership had it well above 6s and 7s, and now dropping to 4.5. That's how well Pakistan have bowled. The spin of Faisal Akram has been really encouraging. The control, the variations, and what an option to have in those middle overs. Selfie moments, you find them wherever you go. Vigotel mobile selfie moment. Smartphones, the official mobile handset partner.
Yeah, he has bowled with a lot of fire, Wasim Jr. And he has worked up some pace. And to be able to show that control with that pace, impressive.
They've all been used in tandem. Just the captain being expensive and not really making that impression you are used to seeing from him in the past. But the other three seamers have bowled that line, bowled that length, as we just saw. It's been so good.
Yeah, in the last few ODIs, Pakistani faster bowlers haven't been effective with the new ball. Maybe that is the reason why Shaheen Shah Afridi is bowling out of desperation, trying to pick up wickets with the new ball, over-trying things, and that's why he's been expensive. But the other ones, the other bowlers, they have come to the fore for Pakistan.
Good shot for nothing. 29 ball, 136 for 4.
Yeah, too many dot deliveries in the span of 29 overs. That's what these Sri Lankan batters need improve upon. And that creates that pressure on the batters and force them and impel them to do something different.
Harish Rauf, oh, great start. What a delivery to start his second spell with. Searching for that wicket, Shaheen Shah Afridi, the way to go.
Yeah, he became a predictable bowler by bowling those in-swingers, but ever since he has started to take the ball away from the right-handers or having those deliveries straight on the line, has been a difficult customer now.
This is what he did to Samara Vikram in the first ODI as well. He looked good, was picking them off and then came hitting that length. They got a slip in, and probably one of the catches that you will always remember was taken, but it was just that length, this similar type of attack from Harish Rauf. Just that ball he was put in there, and what a grab.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. He was expecting the ball to come to him, and he was alert and ready. What a take that was.
Look, you always know the fast bowlers are going to keep coming at you as an opposition. And you'd expect Sri Lankan batters to be playing spin well. Oh, good fielding again. Pakistan have been so good, the pressure building.
Yeah, Lianage has driven the ball quite nicely. The only thing lacked is the placement. He's middled almost everything, and that can be frustrating. And also the fielding has picked up for Pakistan in this outing.
To me, in the middle overs, you're going to come up against a lot of spin. Over a period of time watching the Sri Lankan batters play, I think they play off the pitch. They're not watching the ball out of the hand. And here today as well, we saw Faisal Akram coming into the team. And they just couldn't pick him off.
But doesn't it surprise you? Because in the nets you are facing Murendu Hasaranga, Wandase, and then inability to pick those deliveries.
Look at the lengths. He's bowled quite a few up there. He bowls it slower. He goes in the air. That wicket, the pulsating ball, was of coming to Mendis' wicket. And look at the number of shots scored down the ground. That's because they're not picking it out of the hand. If they are, they will use their feet and keep knocking the ball into the wee, which was the option you want. But the fact that they're scoring square of the wicket is they're waiting for the shorter one and they're playing off the pitch. That's what it indicates. If not with that length, the flight that Faisal Akram offers you, good use of the feet, will allow you to relieve that pressure and knock it down to the wee. It's not happening because they're rooted to the crease. Not sure what's happening, what's coming out of the hand, and it's too late when you're picking it off the pitch. That's an area of real concern in my opinion.
Pressure does so many things to you. So many things. 30 down, 140 for 4.
Happy birthday. Senales celebrating his birthday today, but also doing his bit to give us the pictures that we're all enjoying.
Yeah, there are quite a few boys enjoying their birthdays today.
Someone said that's his age on his back.
Yeah, going back to the point you were making, how to play the wrist spinners. You got to read them offhand. But the problem I saw with the Sri Lankan batters, since they were lunging forward, it tells me they haven't got that ability or confidence to pick it out of his hand. But fielding has picked up like we suggested. They found the target, but the batsman was well in.
Look, you can argue the fact that Faisal Akram today has been getting turned. But if you're getting it out of the hand, you react quickly.
Quite a few things have been exposed in outplay of Sri Lankan cricket in this series. Ball in. Not the first time we have seen a batsman picked up by Fahim Ashraf with similar delivery.
But it's good line bowling. Janit Lienage has been pretty good, his intent. But look, there's nothing from the feet, the hands just thrown at the ball. And the bat, when it comes down at that angle, more often than not you find that you're not hitting it properly. Another one falls. Sri Lanka sliding deep into trouble. Janit Lienage is gone for 4. It's 143 for 5.
Nobody getting a half century in this innings. Once again in a strife. And there is a big news coming for the most revered tournament in Pakistan, PSL.
10 seasons of passion, 10 seasons of fire, from Karachi to Lahore, from Multan to Quetta, from Peshawar to Islamabad. History was written, heroes were made, the battles got fiercer, green fields turned into arenas of dreams. But this was just the beginning. The story of HBL PSL is about to get bigger. From 5 teams to 6, and now 8 teams. The league grows stronger, the rivalry is deeper, and the passion unstoppable. 2 new teams, 2 new dreams. HBL PSL is about to get bigger.
More opportunities for young players to feature in that HBL PSL to make their mark. But he has made his mark, Fahim Ashraf, by removing Lianage with the previous delivery.
Oh, great sim with a short one, a good short one. Pavan Ratnayaka on debut. ODI player number 219. Lots of promise shown by the 23-year-old. This is his List A career. Those are good numbers, a best of 158. Now hopefully he can convert. You spoke about the PSL building heroes. Here's Sri Lanka hoping he will be a new hero. For them, 8 teams would also mean the pool of players that Pakistan believe they can dig into has grown. Those are all positives that have come out through the 10 years of HBL PSL. Exciting stuff, Amir.
Yeah, what excites me with this edition of HBL PSL, that the first-class performer will get an opportunity to make their mark. 144 for 5.
With the exciting news that you gave out, it's confused the umpires in the excitement. He's missed counting the balls correctly. There's one more ball to go. Pavan Ratnayaka is off the mark. He's on to 1 already. .31 bowled, 144 for 5. .144 for 5. Sri Lanka losing their way somewhat. Pakistan, well, they bowled at nagging line and length, the faster bowlers. And that's what coaches look for. Tell you to hit back of a length, tell you to try and hit the top of off stump, but that's a length batters tend to struggle to judge. Whether you move forward or back. And a lot of Sri Lankan batters right throughout this series have fallen to that length. Even today, 4 seamers wickets. And all 4 of them, the focus on their feet.
Yeah, the point you were alluding to, no footwork. You know, to be able to play those lengths efficiently as a batsman, you got to have the ability to play faster bowler off the back foot. What we have seen throughout this series, even the Pakistani batters commit themselves on the front foot and then forget to use that back leg to be able to cover the line and the length.
The movement of your feet allow you to transfer weight and negotiate the delivery better, whether it be bounce or keeping low. Now when the confidence is high, you tend to move smoothly. That's what allows you to break free, and without thinking, those movements tend to happen. Lanka though, that pressure telling.
Yeah, that is a huge peril when on a slowish wicket you're looking to work the ball towards third man. If you play with the angular bat, you are bound to drag the ball onto the stumps.
Flip the bucket competition. KFC, official food partner. Opportunity for you to win a few prizes. Fabulous. Helped on its way. Just not able to break free. Haris Rauf bends his back. What I like about him is he could be wayward, he could be expensive. But such a competitor, keeps running in hard for you all the time. You know what you get from him.
Yeah, with his ability, he needs to be encouraged. Yeah, he goes for runs. Shouldn't be scolded for that. As long as he's picking up wickets for you, he's doing the job. He's no stickler for line of length. He just wants to bowl them quick.
There are some bowlers who you just want to set free. That's Haris Rauf is one of them. And the others you want discipline from them. 146 for 5. Three ODIs, today is the third one between these two teams. Soon to be followed by a tri-series, a T20 tri-series. Upish, but in the gap. Zimbabwe already here in Pakistan to form the third team. And all games will be played here in Rawalpindi. Tuesday, the first game between Pakistan and Zimbabwe. The final to be played on the 29th, also here in Rawalpindi. I'm told the first ball to be bowled in those games at 6 p.m. That's a slightly earlier start time, isn't it, Amir?
It is, but it's winter time now. The light dips here, and also there is a concern of dew. It comes heavy, so I think it's a good time, and it's a sensible decision made by the Pakistan Cricket Board to start that early.
Lack of footwork I was talking about, Amir, which has been the downfall of the Sri Lankan batters. They've just not been able to really make those starts into big scores. To me, that's been the main issue. And 4 other wickets, 4 seamers. Wickets today. Focus on the feet. Going nowhere, hands thrown at it. Pathum Nisanka. Kamil Mishara from the crease having a poke. It's just good line bowling from Pakistan. That's Janit Lianage, Kusal Mendis as well. Drag one down, back onto the stumps just like that. That's a technical deficiency which is created by the lack of confidence or flow. Really good use of the change of length, the short ball being used well, the slower ball. So many different variations on show from Pakistan seamers.
He has rescued Sri Lanka in this series when in Doha Saranga with the bat. He is not available. It means this partnership is of highest importance for Sri Lanka to stay in this ODI.
Well, last recognized pair for Sri Lanka. Hasaranga not playing. Theekshana, Vandase, Ishan Malinga and Pramod Madhushan. So there's not a lot of batting to follow. I mentioned the confidence. 100% confidence is what makes a difference to your game. Third bowled, 149 for 5, Sri Lanka. What's refreshing about this scorecard, Amir, is the number of extras. Lot less today than in the previous games where it was sitting at 25, 30. It was very clumsy from Pakistan.
And Sri Lanka struggled with the same thing. In the last ODI, I bowled too many wide deliveries. Second spell for the left armour, a wrist spinner, Faisal Akram, very impressive.
Lose the call. 100% confidence is what players would like to have in their game. But most others, 100% confidence in their hair. Dandruff-free hair for sure. Hello there. Use Hello Hair. Sri Lanka have crawled to 150.
Initially, at the start of his innings, when Sudhira was facing Faisal Akram, he was lunging forward. Now he's looking to play him off the back foot. Slightly slower on that occasion from Faisal. We have seen subtle variations from the left armour, but very accurate.
It also gives these two batters a problem, the strength of the tail. You can't afford to lose a wicket here as well. You need to take a chance somewhere to try and give that run rate an oomph. But then prior to the game we were talking of 320. To me now that number can be even 250, 260, Amir. I say that because Faisal Akram's getting turned. Sri Lanka have Theekshana, Sri Lanka have Vandase. And even though the dew comes in, if you're seeing turn like this, you should be able to get a bit of grip. And therefore, I would think creeping or crawling your way to 250, 260 will give you some chance.
Now that'll mean the usage of the spinner has to be early in the piece. Maybe ask them ball in the power play. Another good over. Very good over from the left armour. It's 154 for 5.
34 bowled, decision being made, and now Pakistan will use just the one ball. 2 balls from either end. We used to play all 50 overs in that manner, but now after the 34th over, the fielding team gets to pick which ball they want to continue with. It's a change in the game that's been made to try and bring the bowlers into it. As the ball gets softer, harder to hit, and also maybe an element of reverse swing.
They're very much impressed with Shaheen Shafridi's captaincy in this series. He has used the resources very appropriately. His sense of timing has been there. He's coming of age as a captain.
Edge gets it fine.
Yeah, that was educated edge. Deliberately hit the ball in that direction. The reason why he was able to do so, bounce was appropriate, and he stayed on the leg stump. He used that bounce quite nicely, Sudhira.
And why Hasibullah was flat-footed was because the ball pitches and angles in to the right-hander. So he's following that. So his weight is going towards leg side ever so slightly. And the edge surprises him. He's unable to react. It wasn't too far away from him though.
Be easy on the youngster. He's making a comeback, Russell, after a long time.
It's probably in his defense because that's the natural reaction, isn't it? You're watching the angle of the delivery, you're watching the ball pitch, it's jagging back, and you're shaping to go leg side. And then suddenly, the edge takes it the other way. And I'll be very surprised if anybody could react. By the time you drag your weight across, the ball's gone past you. There runs off every ball. It's all about moments, winning moments. Look at the flicker-free moment. Download the app now and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. They're on it. They're on it. Looking at the flicker-free moment.
You can smile if you have downloaded that app. Running hard. Got too easily. A good over for Pakistan. Once again, it's 165 for 5.
$165 for 5. Tamara Vikram on 48. Has to be a wide. That's a poor delivery. Sri Lanka going at under 5 runs and over still. They got 15 overs left. They got 5 wickets standing, but this in reality is the last of the recognized batters. It's been a good spell by this young man Faisal. He is a fantastic prospect
It's very fascinating to see a young left arm wrist spinner who's got variations, who's got different tactics. Oh, a dream delivery. What a bowler. Perfect length, ball spinning back, and Samra Vikrame gone.
Well, that was the big scalp. He was the man Pakistan was after. Look at the dip and look at the turn. You spoke about the revs this man puts on the ball, and it was a combination brilliantly bowled. And that's the wicket they were after. One felt Sri Lanka was gradually trying to get out of jail, but not to be. Samra Vikram out to 48, 166 for 6. Mahesh Theekshana back in the side, left out after the first game, but coming back because Sri Lanka depleted with 4 players not available, either sick or rested. 3 of them, in fact, unwell. Doesn't really carry too much in terms of batting credentials, but he needs to hang in there with Pawan Ratnayaka.
Losing 6 wickets in 35 overs, not going very well for the Sri Lankans. And on the other hand, when you look at Faisal's confidence is growing. Picked up 2 wickets, playing for the first time in Pakistan. And that's a great move, bringing him in the side when you already won the series. There we go. And when you have not faced him before, he always will cause issues for you. And this was another very nicely flighted delivery. It's the length he bowled, and I don't think Samra Vikrame read him. He was playing for maybe ball going away from him, played with the angle bat. Yeah, that's the one Samra Vikrama was thinking. He thought the ball was going to go away from him, and hence that's the reason why he played with that angle bat. This was a great delivery. Slower, allowed the ball to pitch and spin. Another fielder comes in. So he's got both hand covers, leg gully. Ah, that is magnificent. So nice to see.
This is the wicket. Now you talk about the length he bowls, and Samara Vikrama pushing at that delivery, and maybe with a slightly angled bat.
Yeah, that angle bat didn't help.
What a wonderful over. He finishes his 9th, just 2 runs and a wicket, 167 for 6. Well, no half century for Sri Lanka in this innings too. Samara Vikrama 48. Pawan Ratnayaka was quite happy to support him, but now needs to take the main role. 8 of 15. Theekshana with him. Sri Lanka's left with 14 overs. It's a wide. But just looking at the surface, Waka, I need to try and get your views on this. Yes, Sri Lanka has suffered. It hasn't been easy. Pakistan has bowled exceptionally well. But if you really take a close look at the surface, I don't think it's been as true as the first two. So there's been something for the bowlers. We've seen a few balls staying down, a lot of turn from the left arm spinner. Of course, we talk of wrist spin, the revolutions on the ball, the wrist rotation and all that, but still there has been something for the bowlers.
I think it's the mindset of a batting team, Sri Lanka, because they got a good start and they would, after that, once Pakistani bowlers found the right length, they struggled. Yes, they played some poor shots, with the angle bat, just trying to push the ball into the cover. And there are a few cracks on the surface, the odd one just hitting the crack and bouncing a bit more, the odd one keeping low. And it's more than that. I think, yes, the pitch maybe played a little bit of role in the situation where the Sri Lanka is. But more than that, it's just the mindset. They already lost the series and they had to make a few changes. A few players sick and players who are in form are not playing this game. So it's a kind of, it really plays on you. Jahan Afridi didn't do much with the ball in the early part of the game. Now he's looking to bowl short. This was a beauty. A bit of drift. Look where he left his hand. They're supposed to be going in that blue area, that line the ball should be going, but after pitching it just ripped back, and Samra Vikrame had no answer. Classy delivery.
Runs here, useful runs for Sri Lanka. Every run will matter. Rizwan, it is having a lot of work to do, so that's 3. But on the point about the surface, I agree that Pakistan has bowled brilliantly. The fact that the approach of Sri Lanka, that has aggravated the situation, allowed Pakistan to dictate terms. And also they just kept pegging away at good areas. They got something off the surface. Sri Lanka's plan appeared to try and bat deep. Kusal Mendis and Samra Vikrama were taking their time.
Too much time. Roshan, when you take too much time, the other team's not out of the game. They know that anytime they lose wicket, they are on top. And also they've bowled so many good overs in the middle where runs were not moving, scoreboard was still, and that's the reason. Once that happens and then suddenly you lose wicket, Kushal Mendis losing that wicket after playing so many deliveries, the damage was bigger than normal.
I agree. Spot on. $171 for 6. Now the rate of scoring is 4.62. We're down to the last 13 overs. Faisal has bowled 9 overs, taken 2 for 34. He's got a slip in with Deekshan on strike. Bit of bounce that time.
I think once Faisal's done with his overs, Sri Lanka will feel a little bit more comfortable. They've dealt with the paces a bit better than facing the spinners. I was expecting Sri Lanka to play better against the spin, but not the case. They struggled. Normally subcontinent teams, you expect them to play really well. But I love the variation from this young Faisal. He's got control. I think the investment selectors have made in him is started paying off. Been on the tour once, and now he knows what pace needs to be bowled in one-day cricket. Yeah, a little bit flight, and this was beautifully played. Good use of the feet, got to the pitch, and then, of course, the best part was picking up the gap.
That's something we haven't really seen too much from the Sri Lankan batting. Look at how he uses the feet, gets to the ball, gets as close as possible, and then goes through that offside. That is a very good shot by young Pawan Ratnayaka on his debut. He's under a lot of pressure. Make no mistake.
I think he surprised Faisal, because Faisal wasn't expecting that. Oh, another great comeback. He's got all sorts of variations, isn't he? And then, of course, with that little bit of drift, that's the googly on the left, and on the right is the one which comes back to the right hander. Watch both of them turning massive. Again, coming out of his crease. 2 for 40. One more ball remaining from Faisal Akram, who has caused so many issues for Sri Lanka. If you can't read him from the hand, let alone the ball, because one-day cricket, if you start looking at the ball, it's hard to react then. You have to read from the hand. It's in the air. A rare bad delivery from Faisal, but he's done well for his spell. 10 overs, 2 for 42. Brilliant. 38 gone, 179 for 6. Couple of good overs, but they kept on losing wickets, Sri Lankans, and that's where the problem lies. Ratnayaka is probably their hope now. Maybe 230, 240, at least give yourself a chance.
Well, it's imperative that Sri Lanka bats the 50 overs. I mean, I'm not sure they're looking at any target at all, but batting the 50 overs has to be their primary target. And then doing so, if Ratnayaka can stay in, he can score useful runs. So that has to be the plan. He's forced himself into this side with a good record. His record has been good, as we've seen in his list A career, seen him play at A level, emerging level. He's done no harm in terms of the chances. It was just that he needed the opening, and it's come via the sickness with Sri Lanka not available.
The problem I see is Ratnayaka is on debut, so he's also under pressure, scoring runs, and then he's got to deal with all the tail-enders that they stick around. Nice and full delivery, swinging away from Thikshana. So he's got to really play well. Ratnayaka, I feel that he's still feeling the pressure. 22 deliveries he's faced, 14. That's why he's sort of rotating the strike. He's asking Thikshana to just keep going and see what happens in the last 5. So the next 7 overs are important. You don't want to lose any more wicket.
Through him. Don't expect him to have too much of feet movement. That ball came back from Shaheen Shah.
He came back, but after pitching, he just moved a touch. I would have a slip in there, because the way Dikshana is looking to push the ball, looking to drive, there's an opportunity if Shaheen puts a slip in.
He's going round the wicket. That's going down the leg side. That has to be good. Oh, given. For a moment I thought the angle was taking it down the leg side, but not him. I get the feeling they will refer it. He has referred it. It'd be an interesting one.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is out. I've checked the feet placement and it's a fair delivery. Front and first, please. Clearly no bat involved. Ball tracking whenever it is ready, please. Ball tracking is building. Rashid, stand by. Our original decision is out. Impact in line and wicket umpire's call. Rashid, you will be staying with your out decision. Stand by. Your screen signal now.
Well. That delivery, that release from wide of the crease really made me think that it might be sliding down the leg side, but not Hawk. They think it's an umpire's call, it's clipping. Dikshana has to limp back. Full toss on the boot. Out for 7, Sri Lanka, 180 for 7. Jeffrey Van der Sey, 35 years of age, hasn't really been a permanent feature. And that has a lot to do with the combinations that Sri Lanka has been looking to field, and not about this man's ability. On more than one occasion, every time the opportunity has been given, he has delivered. He's got 40 wickets in 26 innings, so that's more than a wicket a game.
Talking to Sana Jayasuriya this afternoon, and they were willing to play 2 leg spinners. Oh, again was looking for another Yorker. Shaheen Shah Afridi over ball, 181 for 7.
Well, that's that last delivery. I think there was a hint of bit of movement back into the right-hander. Went far off the outside edge.
I think the reason why the umpire decided to give that out is the previous couple of deliveries, the ball moving away. An umpire felt that this is going to just swing back a little bit, and ball missing leg stump. But that's the way cricket goes nowadays.
Yeah, that's why you have Hawkeye. But he was going very wide of the crease and he was bowling, angling it into the right-hander. So unless it's straightened down the line, which was suggested by technology. That's going down the leg side. But on the subject of Ratnayaka that you brought in, which is very true. I mean, he would ideally have liked to bat with somebody, with a more established partner, senior partner, where he would play a different role. But here, his role is about taking the ascendancy, that delivery, bouncing as well. So on debut, under a lot of pressure, against a good bowling attack, it's not easy.
Yeah, he should just relax now. He should just feel that, it's all me now who's got to do the job. And don't give your other partner too many deliveries to face, because he'll be standing there alone and Pakistan will wrap up things from the other end. So important for Sri Lanka that Ratnayake, I know he's on debut, but he should take more deliveries.
Van der Sar is on strike. We spoke about Ratnayaka taking more deliveries. Van der Sar has been exposed. But Pakistan will want to go for the kill. They just want to try and polish things off. Well, Sri Lankan confidence may not be greatly high at the moment, with batting somewhat in tatters, 183 for 7. Oh no, where did that hit him? I think on the arm. He was taking evasive action, so he will get runs. Should be signalled as a leg bye, as he was taking evasive action. Yes, that's a leg bye. That's the right decision. The forearm protector comes out, or comes off. That was hit on the forearm protector.
I'm glad that he was wearing that arm guard, because when it ball hits the forearm, it hurts. Yes, he's got to tighten that up a little bit. It's very loose on his arm. Protection is key. It's very important nowadays in cricket.
You hear the grunt because the extra effort from Mohammad Wasim Jr. Right, we spoke about confidence. Well, this is ideal. Hello Hair shampoo. That gives you 100% confidence and dandruff-free hair. Well, that's Hello Hair for you. One ball left in the over. Van der Sar back on strike. They've got 4 runs of it. .185 for 7. See, we spoke about the importance of these power plays, and just look at what Sri Lanka has achieved in power play number 2. It's more like what Pakistan has achieved. 6 wickets. Just broken the back of the Sri Lankan batting after that first power play, realized 57 for 1. With great penetration on the part of Pakistan bowling, never let any Sri Lankan batters settle in. Samara Wickrama tried hard, no 50 once more. It's been one of the focal points when it comes to the Sri Lankan batting in the series. Rauf's back.
Haris Rauf bowling his 7th. 1 for 24. He's bowled well, he's bowled quickly. very impressive was Wasim Jr. I thought when Wasim Jr. and Haris Rauf in the middle, they bowled. I thought that's where the things became very tough for the Sri Lankans.
Well, Salman Ali Agha got the player of the match award in the first game, and quite rightly, because he batted well and dragged the innings deep. But this was the man that really struck some vital blows when Sri Lanka was looking good. So he's made a huge contribution in this victory for Pakistan.
The difference between Salman Ali Agha and Ratnayake is, of course, the Ratnayake is a debutant, and he's not. And of course, Haris Rauf has no doubt bowled well. Babar Azam scored a couple of hundreds from Pakistani lineup. That's better. Still be one. Ratnayake is still happy to give Mendis a strike.
I don't think it's a fair comparison, Ratnayake and Salman Agha, because he's just playing in his debut.
Batting number-wise, I think is the same, of course, but Salman Ali Agha had Hussain Tallat with him, and he's been left alone there in the middle. So I think that's a big difference. Both of them played. They put up a really good partnership, over 100 runs partnership. That made big difference.
Going wide of the crease that time, Haris Rauf. The point I was trying to make is, despite that score, Sri Lankan openers got off to a good start until Haris Rauf came in and struck those blows, 3 wickets in quick time, and ending up with 4 and wickets at vital times. Just kept knocking over, never allowed the Sri Lankan partnerships to develop. That was a brilliant effort. And then in the last game, again almost repeating it. They'll want 2, but they'll only get a single.
In white ball cricket, if you don't counter-attack, you're in trouble. If you lose early wickets, at some stage you have to come out and say, okay, we are behind, but somebody's going to really take the charge. And none of the Sri Lanka's middle order did that. And that's where the problem lies. They had a good start all 3 games. Openers gave them a decent start, but the middle order actually let them down.
That is a bold shot. That is a very good shot from Pavan Ratnayake. Banged in short. 6 runs off that over. 191 for 7.
That shot was hit with authority. It wasn't a bad delivery, a good bouncer, but dealt equally good into the gap.
.191 for 7. Yeah, boundary after 20 deliveries. But that was a bold shot because pace on that time, there was bounce. And Haris Rauf really testing the youngster, and Ratnayake was equal to it.
Most impressive was Mishara. I thought he looked really good, very new at this level. Liange, I think he's another one who has impressed me. And Ratnayake is slowly just finding his feet. The pressure is going away. He's just feeling good about himself in the middle. It takes a bit of time.
He's been impressive, isn't it? Mohammad Wasim Jr. Just rushing the batter. Maybe a hint of reverse that time.
Yeah, with the new ruling and law, one of the ball has been taken away after the 36th over, 34th, I beg your pardon. And then you have only one cricket ball from both ends. And there's every chance that the ball get off color and becomes a little bit easy for the bowlers, and then of course a little bit of reverse swing.
Doesn't have much time, Waka, just 4 deliveries to commentate. Just tell us, how do you reverse actually? You were one of the top exponents of it.
How?
Honest to.
The entire world knows that.
No, you tell us.
The entire world knows that. I don't know where,
I'm asking
where were you when we were explaining.
I mean, it's always good to know. Maybe a couple of runs here. That's a secret you guys don't want to let the world know.
Roshan, you know what? Not enough deliveries remaining to explain that. The entire world knows how it's done and everything. But what I can do for you is, once we're done here, we'll go to the green room and I'll thoroughly explain you how that reverse swing works.
Well left.
No, it's not leaving. It's just I'll explain you. Cheeky man.
The wide has to. Isn't it a wide? That went down the leg side. Well, that could be the new rule, unless Van der Sar moved.
Yeah, that new ruling has come with the blue line down the leg side. Normally, early days, that line just behind the batter's boot, there's a blue line there. And if the ball stays inside the line of that, bowled him! What a Yorker! Nice and full onto the middle stump.
Very clever bowling. Short delivery, follows it up with a swinging Yorker. Spoke about reverse swing. And Van der Sar is the victim. Look at that. Honing in and hitting the middle stump, the base of the middle stump. That's the 3rd wicket for Mohammad Wasim Jr. What a spell it has been for him. Jeffrey Van der Sar out for 4, Sri Lanka 193 for 8.
Pramod Madhushan in at 10, Sri Lanka. Well, the innings falling apart. Once again, an opening partnership of 50 plus. And the choke on in the middle overs. With 9 overs to go, 8 overs after this one. Mohammad Wasim Jr. goes full again, this time flicked off the pads, it's 4. Slightly leg side-ish. Pramod Madhushan's off the mark. It's 197 for 8. All top order players into double figures. Pawan Ratnayaka. He's showing he can bat. He's playing some quality shots. Use of the feet against the spinners and just took Harish Rauf on off the short ball. Very different stance, a very low stance. And I think he's doing the right thing here. pick up anything that's on offer. Jeffrey Van der Sey, big swing off the bat, not an option when Mohammad Wasim's bowling in the 140s. He's getting reverse swing. You've got to have a little bit more awareness than that. Because even the best of players are not getting that away. Low back lift, flick it away, accumulate. It's been brilliant today. He's got one more over. Oh, evening, Guruj. Thanks for joining.
Evening to you as well, Russ. It doesn't help when your co-commentators leave their work ahead of time. And, well, as a professional duo doing the important job, isn't it, Russ?
Yeah, conversation on reverse swing. Waqar took pulled Roshan by the collar and they took him across to the green room to explain what, teach him more about reverse swing. Oh, quick bit of jag away.
You mentioned starts again. Off all of the top four getting starts again was a similar story in that second ODI. Only 2 half centuries so far. Hasaranga in that first game, and Lian again in the second game, and it was him and Kamindu Mendis who got a partnership of 73 odd to provide stability in that second ODI. Not the same case here this evening, and hence why Sri Lanka find themselves 8 down. With 7.3 overs left in this first innings.
I mentioned Ratnayaka doing the right thing by taking the single. With so many overs to go, if you are meant to shield your partner, you're getting nothing. Accumulate, pick up whatever that's there, and expect Pramod Madhushan to play a role as well. Yeah, a bit of discussion on which side of the ball the shine is on. That's an indication of reverse swing and which way the ball can swing. Or Ratnayaka saying, I can't see it. I'm at the non-strikers and I got no clue. I can't help you. Where's the shine? Can you spot it? Slip in place. I like that from Shaheen Shah Afridi. Try and finish the innings off.
But that is something Pakistan will want to look at in terms of cleaning out tails quickly, not allowing the game to prolong when they are in commanding positions. Have that ruthless approach in terms of picking up the last 2, 3, 4 wickets in quick fashion. Pakistan perfectly set to do that. 42.5 overs, 198 for 8.
Oh, short one, good one. 43 bowled, 198 for 8. .198 for 8. Sri Lanka have scored 198 of 13 overs. 25 overs. I've got the math wrong. 18 overs. That's a lot of dots. He's going to bowl out. Mohammad Wasim Jr. So impressive. Pace and control. It's an exciting combination to watch. Slightly leg side-ish because he's trying to carve it through the offside. Not really sure when he's getting reverse into you is the option. Van der Sey pushed onto the back foot, the ball skidding on. He bowls the shorter one as well. Then the oldest trick in the book. Full straight, bit of reverse, and I'm knocking you over. Too simple for Mohammad Wasim.
And once again, making an impression, not only in terms of keeping the economy down, but also important breakthroughs. Stingy action in which he does naturally get the ball to tail back. Great exponent of the reverse swing. And that is why a lot of people are of the opinion he should be a regular feature of the 11 Pakistan field in both formats, T20 and ODI cricket.
That's Apish. Good attempt. Great effort from Fahim Ashraf. 200 on the board for Sri Lanka. Okay, question for you, Ruj. You want him to be a regular. Who are you gonna leave out?
Why I say that is because he provides you that three-dimensional approach. He is very handy with the bat towards the latter end, where he will come in as a batter much later on. All-round, very good fielder also. And its ability to pick up wickets. I will answer your question, Russ.
Don't tell me you want to play 12.
Now, Shaheen Shah Afridi, captain of the ODI side, the one thing that does not go in favor of Haris Rauf, a commonality or a theme in a past couple of, for instance this year, is the number of runs he gives away towards the back end. I feel Wasim Jr. is very good in both phases of the game, in the middle phase, especially towards the back end, to close games out, to pick up wickets. At the moment you see in that 5-prong fast bowling attack, Naseem Shah probably is the one that misses out. The other advantage Pakistan have, don't forget, today Fahim Ashraf takes the new ball, so he also provides that option for Pakistan to share the new ball with Shaheen Shah Afridi. If they go with 3 seamers, Wasim Jr. slots in. If they go with a pitch that is conducive to fast bowling, 4 seamers, Haris Rauf comes in. Also depends on the nature of the surface. So Pakistan have that inbuilt option. At the moment I find Naseem Shah has probably just fallen off the pecking order. And a little bit of turn on offer comes in abroad, and you've got Fahim Ashraf to go with Shaheen or Wasim Jr. as a 3-prong pace attack. End of the over, 44 done, 203 for 8.
Overs remain. Sri Lanka crawling, huffing and puffing. Wasim Jr. 3 for 47. Faisal Akram coming into the team today, 2 for 42. A lot of mystery about him. Haris Rauf always picks up wickets. What a shot! That's Pawan Ratnayaka. Geez, he's hit it all the way. A lot of hope from this young man, and you can see why.
I tell you what, we've had 2 centuries of magnificent proportions, but that for me is the shot of the series so far. Fast bowler at 144 Ks, just misses length slightly. Goes back deep into his crease and hits the ball on the up. What a magnificent hit that is.
Mid off in the circle. Bat the 6 overs, get as much as you can. 240, 250, who knows? Early wickets. We see the ball turn for Faisal Akram. Hope it happens or the pitch stays the same somewhat in that second innings. Who knows? It comes down to belief, and there's a lot of belief in this young man. On debut, quality hit. He's lining up that mid-off area because the circle, the fielder is in the circle, not the circle's in the fielder. You can stop laughing, Aruj.
It's been a long day. We let you go on that one, Russ. The other thing, you look at the natural angle, especially with the ball just tailing a bit with the hint of reverse swing. Wasim Jr. and Haris Rauf both bringing it back into the right-hander. Now Ratnayaka not afraid to give himself room to open up that field on the offside, knowing the ball's going to keep coming into him.
T20 cricket to follow. There will be changes in the Sri Lankan team. We'll know there'll be changes in the Pakistan team as well. Players come in. Dasun Shanaka, Nuwan Tushara, we saw in the picture, would have come for a bit of training and hanging around in the dugout.
Good over, Sri Lanka, 210. Ratnayaka has picked up 7 of the first 4 and he's just turned the single over to Pramod. And I'm sure the conversation will be, if you can pick up a boundary or one, but just want to hang in there.
Yeah, he's got to see these 2 off. If he can get a run, that's a bonus. Well, Rao should look for glory. Go for glory, in fact. Fast and straight. No, he doesn't. He goes the other way. Well, both reviews available, but it just didn't look right. I thought it was off the arm guard. Yeah, review taken.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for court. On-field decision is not out. I've checked the field placement and it's a fair delivery. Let's start with front row, please. Looks to me that the ball has hit the gloves. Can I have the side on replay with outrage? Yes, please. Yes, I can see the ball clearly off the gloves. Satisfied, the bowler has made contact. Rashid, you need to change your decision. Stand by.
He's flush on the glove. We're all wrong. The batter, he's disappeared already, not waiting for the review to come back. Pramod Madhushan. Harish Rauf too quick for him. He's gone for 7, 210 for 9. Well, here you go. He's here, Uruj, your man. Kiribadgala, Kankana Malage, Ishan Malinga Dharmasena has come to bat.
Well, he'll hope that he can get as many runs as the number of alphabets in that name.
Round the wicket, Rauf. Oh, how about that? Leans into it, but he won't get a run because Pavan Ratnayaka does the right thing. He won't strike. 45 bowls, 210 for 9.
Yeah, flush off the glove. And the umpire's reaction was like he wasn't sure. But it is absolutely straight on to the glove, onto that top hand. Haris Rauf was convinced. He thought it was a definite review taken and confirmed. Bit of a chuckle from Rashid Riaz in the end. Good review from Pakistan to have Sri Lanka now 9 down for 210. 5 overs still left in the first innings.
Shine Shah ready, he's got 3 overs remaining. Now Pakistan, well, they won't be thinking of all 5 overs. They'll be thinking of trying to knock the wicket over. Field for Ratnayaka, deep square leg, fine leg, long on. Sweeper on the cover boundary and the third man. Afridi around the wicket.
Well, now it's that point where Ratnayaka will want to take strike. So, and Shaheen Shah Afridi and company know that. So all fielders in the circle at the edge allowing for the single. Ratnayaka looking for 2. Even better, a boundary. So he has to get past the inner ring into those big pockets.
And he's looking to go towards mid-off, but that's where there's no one in the deep. But it's tough with Afridi coming around the wicket. He wants to. Oh, it's going to be tight. Throw fired in. It's a substitute fielder who was quick across the grass. Pawan Ratnayaka reckons he's made his ground. There you can see Rizwan, who had a good view square of the wicket, saying, nah,
I have the side of the view. Yep. Freeze the replay as the batsman lifts up. Yeah, I can see the batter is short of his ground. Satisfied, my decision for the big screen is
oh, not the decision Pawan Ratnayaka wanted. Desperate dive. I thought he'd have got in there. But Sam Ayub, the substitute fielder, getting the throw back on the bounce. Pakistan, job well done. 211 bowled out. Sri Lanka. You look at those bowling figures and the effort in the field. This unit will be very, very happy.
He had to run for 2 because he wanted strike. Saim Ayub had to make a long way in from the boundary, but look at the throw. On the bounce, stump high to Hasibullah, who does a clean-up job at the stumps. Ratnayaka run out, and that means Sri Lanka have been bowled out for 211 in 45.2 overs. Just feel Pakistan will be very happy with the job they done in the first half.
Well, familiar story with the Sri Lankan batting card.